Hey everybody, Heather from Hooked on Pickin here. We are going to go on an adventure. We're going to take you guys along and look at some retail spaces that we have been considering as a possible new home for a Hooked on Pickin store, and we'll see what you guys think. You guys are a true blessing in my life. Thank you so much for helping me put this content out there to everyone. If you'd like to join these great people, please consider supporting me through my Patreon page. Check the link below. Here is the first location we're going to look at. It's actually two different retail spaces about 1 mile from where I live. So that would be the super major convenience. We got some helpers. We're going to go in this one first.
There was an alteration for garments and things, which is closed. So.
Looks like they redid the floors in here.
Yeah, very nice.
You want to take over?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah, so like if it was a retail space, we would put
paper
products.
towels.
Ooh.
And then this, I thought if we had clothing, you could make this a dressing room.
Yeah, you could.
Or you could just make this like an office.
Yeah.
Well, this place has a serious flaw that we'll show you in a moment, but this would be your main space here. So, it's not a bad space.
You could line products here too
Yeah.
on this wall.
And you could also have these two rooms be something like,
Yeah.
I don't know if we're doing
The bathroom's back here.
there or fruity there.
Yeah.
Bathroom.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. And then this I thought could be a storage room.
And then there's that.
Just where you put.
You're thinking storage back here?
Well, this, or you could have this like a themed room. Like if we put like all the liquidation stuff out front, you could have this room be the candy room and the next one be like a home decor room or something.
You could.
Do that.
Could do like candies and gifts, maybe?
Or this could be storage overflow. And then here's the bathroom. Where's the light? Here's the bathroom right here. Just a regular.
You could totally block off this area here,
Well,
you know?
Get access to the bathroom, I thought.
Right, yeah, but I mean like
Yeah.
employee only.
Yeah. And
Go
then
through
right
here.
here is the back door. This is all there is. So there's really no back storage.
Yeah, no back room at all.
That's
and this is furnace
Yeah.
and AC, I
So
guess.
that's the one flaw of this location, no back room.
Yeah.
So, all right, so that's our first location. We'll go and check out. Give us your thoughts on this one.
Yep.
And what did we say? What, $650?
600. 600 a month to rent it. So the rent's not horrible, I didn't think.
What do you think, girls?
I like this space. It's kind of small.
The cashier place could be right here.
No, you put it over there because one.
See, I was gonna put it here by the door.
Yeah, where would the cashier spot be better? Here?
One's here.
Because then you don't block anybody getting in, and then it's not right in front of the window.
Gotcha.
So where are you saying?
Lexi was saying along that wall.
Like
Here, I'm going to go to the door.
Then they can see you as you walk in, and you're not turned like this. You're turned facing towards them.
That's true.
Yeah, I think she's got a good idea there.
Good job, Lexi.
1, 2, whatever it's supposed to be called.
Yeah.
Hooked on Pickens.
So there it is. Why don't you go shut the lights off over there, Lexi, can you? So no real major back room, but there's two other little rooms. You could do a couple different things with those. You could use one of those rooms as storage.
There.
So
All right, next location.
next location.
Which is basically two doors down from here.
Yep.
This is a better one.
So this one's much larger. The front room.
Hold on, let me get a good look here.
So this has a much larger open space initially.
Yeah.
2 windows.
There's a bathroom here. I do think it's a bathroom. And then a giant like storage room here.
So and then they have a bathroom.
Those are the only other.
And then this is the only other room back here. If you want to come back
Just
here.
one large room.
Yeah, basically that's it.
And so the bathroom is here.
Yep. And
You
then,
have a nice little bathroom though.
yeah. And then the storage room has no back access.
Yeah, this is
Whereas
it.
the other space had a back door you could bring things in.
You could technically put a little bit of storage back here, but not a lot.
No, not a lot.
Because you think by the time you put shelves in here, it's going to be tight.
Yeah.
But by the time you put shelves in here, it's going to be kind of tight too. So, same price, $600 a month.
Yeah. Which one, if you girls were picking, which one would you pick?
That one has more room, so if you wanted more rooms, but if you wanted a big just open space so people could look and see everything, instead of having to go in a room.
Yeah, it might deter people from buying things out of those rooms because there's only one little doorway.
Yeah.
Well, here you can easily see
Yeah.
anybody.
Everything.
Not that we're super concerned with people shoplifting, but still,
True. With those
everything
separate
would be
rooms.
visible here.
That's true. I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Because it's different.
So,
And then we could just put it like right
Then you
there.
put the
like-
register
like
in
a
front of
prison.
you.
Right. Yeah. This has more open space. I think
Put
this.
the register right here or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those rooms are very closed off. Someone could
They are.
put candy in there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking candy shop. I don't know.
I like the idea of a candy shop.
Yeah.
We could have the popcorn and all kinds of different candies, little toys and whatnot.
Snack shack.
Kind of like, yeah, the snack shack. You could do something like that.
Snackety shack.
Hooked on seconds.
Something.
All right.
So,
Okay. And then we have
would
one
you girls
more.
work here?
Yes.
Yeah.
You would work here?
It'd be
There
more
you go.
fun than working just that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's that candy
Have to run the cash register.
And people get to actually come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what we're looking at. If you can see, there's our little community college there. There's a Dollar General there, and anyway, it's a nice parking lot. Not like a ton of spaces, but it's a nice asphalt drive. That's a daycare right next to us also.
There's also
So in our little town, this is probably
Main Street.
Main Street. This is Main Street of our town, but
But if it's on Main Street, a lot of people are going to see it and then be like,
Well, and the other thing too is this building is actually owned by the business that actually operates out of part of it, and so it's going to be well kept up, the parking lot and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because the actual business on that end is called Light Bright. It's a whole lighting one.
Yep.
It's where I got the lights for the front of my building, the
Right.
exterior lights. So they kind of have a vested interest in making these spaces stay looking nice and the parking lot stay looking nice.
it's a whole new ball game though, because then you're
Running a
thinking
retail space, employees,
employees. You're gonna have to do that a
Overhead.
little bit better than the way we do it now.
and overhead and all that.
Yep.
So,
And
all
what
right.
days are you open?
Right.
So we'd be off Sunday, of course, but yeah.
All right,
It
so
would be
let's
neat.
go look at the third place, and that one has some perks of not having to hire employees. And
Correct.
we'll kind of explain that. So, alrighty.
You good?
Yep.
On to the second location, which is kind of a flea market style, but a little bit higher end. It's a place that's already got a cashier mandate, and then we would rent a specific booth. And so I do have some footage from inside the building, but this is us pulling out up in front here. The owner does a really nice job decorating out front and then also doing different events to attract people to come on a regular basis to her space. So here is just a glimpse of some video footage I had from Warehouse 300. They kind of do a lot of handmade projects, some shabby chic stuff that's repurposed, refurbished. Really nice stuff, but this is just going to give you an idea of just the plethora of things they have inside Warehouse 300. So it's really going to attract anybody looking for home decor. Each booth is unique in its size and unique in its price, and you can usually tell that there's a specific style with each artist. Now what I was thinking of doing is I like a specific style of home decor. So I would pick from my wholesalers a specific style, and I also have my local artists that I can put some of their pieces in there as well. So you've got furniture, you've got knickknacks, you've got, there is a section here with some clothing. I think she only allows one section of clothing, and it's a specific style. Here's another different booth. So as you can see, the booths are pretty good size. And they're all decorated very uniquely. Here's a bunch of signs that someone made for various different occasions. Some pretty metalworking there in the back. This person loves florals, so everything in their booth was a floral style of decor. Here's another different booth. I love the colors in that hello sign. Here's a repurposed dresser. End table. It's been painted. Some of them have a distressed look. This is actually like, I think, a decoupaged photo print on there. Looks like old print. A lot of metalwork, signs, pillows, some suitcases. There's a door made into a shelf you can put in the corner, big clock. Look at that piece there. Isn't that amazing? This one has a beautiful photo on it. It's a pull-out desk. Kind of one of those hidden desks. Beautiful piece. I love the colors in this one. And it's not all just home decor and furniture pieces. Like here we have some homemade paints. And there are also some candles, different things like that. So some of the things that they use to make some of the items, they also sell the supplies. Pretty neat, huh?
Okay, you ready to talk it over?
Sure.
So we looked at the 3 different locations. 2 of them are, well, right next door to each other almost.
Right, yeah, the spaces that we got to go inside and show you, and then I showed you a little bit of old footage of the interior of Warehouse 300. And so we didn't get to go in there because they were closed today. They're only open, I think, 4 days a week right now.
Right. There's pros and cons to every place that we looked at. So Warehouse 300 is, what we were told, is $160 a month to rent basically a small, like, little booth area.
Like a little bit of an indoor flea market booth type of thing. It was,
Correct.
and you had to do it for 6 months. Like, you had to lock in for at least 6 months.
6-month contract for $160 a month. 15% of whatever sells in our booth also goes to
the owner.
So when we think about with fees on any platform that we sell on, the 15% isn't horrible.
Right.
The $160 a month isn't really bad when you consider what other places are going for.
Now, that location was not on the main drag.
No.
It's kind of, as you saw, like my video of us pulling in, it's in a little bit of an industrial section of town.
It is.
But it's well known as a place to go and shop for fun, unique items. So she's done a really good job as far as advertising.
Yes.
So that's the nice thing is you don't need really a main street location with the amount of advertising she does. She's very good at customer acquisition.
Right. And her people aren't turning over very much, which to me means that
they've got a good thing going.
They're making some money here.
So what's the con to Warehouse 300 that we just found out?
I would say one other plus to Warehouse 300 is we don't have to hire an employee. The owner
mans the cash registers.
Mans that and takes care of that.
With her own employees or herself.
Very trustworthy too in that also. I would trust these people pretty much with my life.
Yep.
So the big con that we found out, you want to tell them? The big negative, it's not a con.
Yeah,
big negative.
The big negative is they currently don't have any available indoor space.
Right. About 2 weeks ago we called and I thought they had maybe one space available. We were thinking it would hold, and no, it's already been booked. So we can be put on a list that next time somebody falls through, maybe that we'll have a spot available. So we can always set up what they have.
They run events, so they have a specific number of vendors that are always inside, and they each have a booth. But about, I'd say once every 2 months, she runs some sort of a Saturday, Sunday event where they set up booths and have food trucks, and it's a big draw, public draw, for people and she brings in extra vendors. And so we could potentially on a Saturday, Sunday do that. The only issue we run into is Sunday is kind of our ministry day, and so we don't really want to have to make someone else man the booth for us.
Right. And Saturday's pretty tough for us too.
Yeah,
it really is.
We're probably not going to do one of those events just simply because it doesn't work with our life schedule, and we need to make this business work for life.
Correct.
So we're probably just going to get put on a short list, and whenever a booth becomes available, then we'll be able to, get that filled up and possibly rent that out. Because I think that would be a good way to go. Now, what about the other two spaces?
The other two spaces, you saw how they were laid out. One had a, smaller front room, and then it had two, what would you consider, almost office spaces in there.
One could be utilized for a back room
if
we wanted to. But to be honest, it's a hop, skip, and a jump from this location. It is. So our back room could essentially be
our warehouse.
Here, now the employee couldn't run over here to get stuff, but, a phone call could be made and I could run product out to them whenever they run low on something.
So the other thing that we're thinking about is it's $600 a month for either of those two spaces. So you have the first space that we showed you that had the 2 rooms with a very tiny little back area. Did have a nice bathroom. The second space that we showed you had a much larger front room. A little bathroom, nice bathroom, but just almost nothing for a back space area. And our minds just kind of going back and forth with, do we turn it into like a little candy shop? What do we do there? And it's $600 a month regardless of which spot that you do there. It's almost like we'd be starting a separate, different business than what we currently do. Almost.
So the pros would be no shipping. It would be local. We would be adding a business to our community. Yep. We feel like there's a lot of things that we unbox that could be available for our community.
Great location.
Great location on Main Street.
Nice parking lot.
Mm-hmm. But the cons would be more overhead. You're going to have to pay that $600 a month. And you're going to have to hire an employee if we don't want to man it. I mean, our whole reason for doing the online sales is we work when we want to work. If I want to ship at 3 a.m., I can ship at 3 a.m. Well, with that, now we're locked into having to have an employee there, paying for the employee, and all the things that go into all those extras. How many days will be opened? I mean, the biggest shopping days are going to be Saturday, Sunday. I don't want to make anybody work on a Sunday. So we probably wouldn't be open Sunday, but we definitely would be on Saturday. And if they call off, now I'm scheduled to work and I have to miss sporting events because my employee didn't show up. So those are some of the cons that we're thinking through. I mean, definitely we would have to hire somebody reliable, but it ebbs and flows with anybody who hires employees.
Anytime that we see a space come available in our town, our wheels get turning, and we haven't found, I don't think, that perfect spot yet where we could have a retail front section and still be doing our YouTube video unboxings and the liquidation side of things.
So the ideal situation for me, personally, would be to have a space where we could do what we're doing here, as well as having a front retail space. So essentially, we would stop using this building for Hooked on Pickin, and this would turn into just a garage for us. Just throw another bay door in or whatever, or a storage shed or whatever. And then we would have whatever space that we had that was new would become the place that we get all the pallets delivered, and I would just commute to that location, whether it be here or in, 5 miles down the road or whatever. And so we would have the front retail space where we are there, we're doing the unboxings, and then we have the little bell, ding, ding, ding. Someone walks in the front, looks at what we have on display, purchase it right off the shelf, and now I'm not shipping it. But yet I was doing all the shipping in the back room, and I was doing all the videotaping in the back room, and I was still doing everything I do here, but now we have it available as a retail store as well. That would be my ideal setup.
It's probably been almost a year ago that we showed you, well, it was before COVID, so it's been longer than that. We showed you an old Ford dealership that had closed years ago. To me, that would have been almost perfect because it had a large back section that we could have done the liquidation through, and then it even had a little retail section where they would have had a showroom for a couple of cars. That would, I think, would have worked perfect for us. It was on the market a few years ago. There was a rumor that it was back on. It was not. A couple of gentlemen turned that into basically a kind of a shade tree mechanic spot. They don't do a whole lot, but they do just enough to, if you will, that it's
occupied the space.
It's occupied the space. So I don't know, one day we may build something or not, but every time something comes available, we do look at it.
Yeah.
And do wonder.
So we do want your thoughts on ideas. Maybe you have done retail spaces before, and it's things that, I mean, we've never done retail. So we want to think outside the box. We want to know exactly what you're thinking on those kinds of things. If you've got some advice to throw our direction, we would gladly take it. I mean, I share a lot of my online reselling advice, and I'd love to be able to get some from you guys if you've ever done retail spaces before. So hopefully you had fun kind of watching our wishes and dreams kind of be played out on TV. And of course, I'm sure you were entertained by Lexi and Faith dancing and doing craziness in those other two spaces. But hopefully it was a fun video for you guys. And of course, remember, in the end, Jesus wins. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you love this content, please give it a thumbs up. Please feel free to leave comments on new content that you would love to see. And of course, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know anytime I put a new video out. Check out hookedonpickin.com for all the new products we have on there. We have our Pickin's mystery boxes, which have various different categories. You can get a home and kitchen, you can get toy ones, and you can also get mystery of mysteries. So it has various different items in it. If you are looking for a specific topic in a mystery box that we have not carried yet, please go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. I do read all the comments. I may not comment back, but I do read them all so that I know exactly what you guys are thinking. And of course, thanks for watching.